everyone, Allison here from CFB Borden. Welcome to yoga with myself. So for today's class, you're going to need a mat and maybe a yoga block. So you can use a hard covered book with a good width if you don't have yoga blocks at home. These are foam ones. You can use any material. So to begin practice today, I want you to find an easy sitting pose. So for this, we're going to sit onto the block. Easy sitting could be cross-legged, whatever feels the most comfortable for you. Sit bones are right onto the book or the block. And for today's practice, reminding yourself that it's okay if you're new to yoga, it's okay that you don't look like me. All of it is all okay. Only push yourself to where you feel good and nowhere past that. So sitting up nice and tall, I want you to tuck your chin just a little and close your eyes. Find the length through your spine, grounding or feeling your sit bones on the block. So legs are crossed in whichever manner is again easy, or the word in Sanskrit would be sukha. Palms are facing down onto the thighs or the knees, arms are soft. I want you to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just do this a few times, nice and slow. Start to settle into your body, feeling it and where it is right now. Just becoming fully present with yourself on your mat. You can choose to keep your eyes closed here, or you can open them. And what we're going to do here is start to have a breath of fire. So we're going to inhale through our nose, lips are sealed, and when we take a long breath in, then we're going to do an exhale. With every exhale, you're almost like a slight hyperventilating through your nose. You're pulling your belly in and up, and you continue that fashion of almost like, I'm going to use the word like a dog panting. It's not comfortable, so just be aware. Just try to keep your own pace, and if you need to, make the breath a little longer out versus the faster tempo. So breath of fire, and we're going to do this 3 times. So long inhale and about 30 seconds on that snapping exhale of breathing into the belly and up, and then snapping it out and doing it again. So with me, in through your nose, seal your lips. The rest out. 2 more times. Big deep breath in. And again out. soften. One more time. Inhale through your nose. We're creating fire here, waking up the body, getting you fully present on your mat. Ready? Seal your lips out through your nose. Snap the belly in and up. About 10 more seconds. Let it all go. One more big deep breath in. And let it out. Inhale your arms up over your head. Exhale them to heart center. Do that 2 more times. Slowly release the hands back to your sides. Inhale up, exhale to center. And again, inhale up, exhale center. Let's take both our hands to our left side, start to look over our shoulder. And a slight thoracic spine twist here. Breathing into your belly through your nose. Exhaling out, and nice and tall with your spine. Slowly switching sides. Going to the right side. Just using your hand to add a little pressure. Eyes can remain closed, or you can focus on a wall. Coming back to center. Inhale your arms to parallel the ground. You're going to exhale, reach for the opposite shoulder blades here. Walk your fingertips as far back as they'll go, and I want you to try to stack your elbows one over the other. We're going to inhale our elbows up to the ceiling. Find space between your neck and your arms. Shoulders are pulling down into their socket as you're lifting up. And then find space through your spine, so we're lifting, we're not crunching back. And then exhale, I want you to pull forward. Bring those elbows towards your lap. Tucking your chin here. Again, shoulders are away from the ears. Inhale up. Look up, keep the shoulders down and away. Chin nice and tall, away from the arms. There's space everywhere. Spine, arms, shoulders. Exhale, round and tuck. One more in each direction. Inhale up. Lift, find length, press into the sit bones. Exhale, round and tuck. Sitting up nice and tall, that easy sitting pose. Here, just take a moment. Breathe in, notice your shoulders. Palms down onto the thighs or the knees. And we're just going to start to create circles. So we're going to keep our sit bones down, pressing into the block or the book. Arms and hands are on the shoulder. And what I want you to do is start to use your spine and your torso. You're going to press to one side, pull back, press out through the other rib, press the belly forward. Trying to keep the shoulders as much over the hips as you can, but they're going to move, and that's okay. Do a couple of those. Nice, slow control. And I know it doesn't always feel comfortable. We're looking forward. And then we're going to go other direction. Pull forward and wrap around. Try 4 or 5 in that direction. We're just warming up the spine, checking in on the shoulders here. Kind of coming back to center. We'll slowly remove the block from underneath us, and we're going to pivot the legs and come into our first tabletop. So hands go underneath the shoulders, knees go underneath the hips. And from here, start to draw your belly button towards your spine. Fingertips are gripping into the mat. Drawing the shoulder blades down your back to your hips while focusing on a neutral spine. We're going to slowly start to wave and press back almost into a child's pose. And then we're going to pull ourselves forward and load the shoulders. And we might drop the hips a little. Do that a few times. Press back and pull forward. Press back and pull forward. And allow the spine here to wave. And then we can even start to splay our legs and come into full cobra. Drawing the shoulder blades down the back, shoulders away from the ears. And then we're going to exhale, reaching forward. Wave the body, cobra. Do a couple more, just going at your own speed, matching your breath, pausing anywhere that you feel you may need. A little more TLC, a little tender love and care. And then next time you're going into your child's pose, allow your body, your big toes to come together, your knees nice and wide, and you're reaching those hips back. Breathe into the back of the body. Exhale, soften. You'll start to wiggle the hips from right to left, checking in with that lower back. We're going to pull ourselves back to our tabletop, and we're going to tuck our toes, and then we're going to hover our knees off the ground, and then press up into our downward dog, and just start to pedal at the heels here. So alternating knee bends. You can even pull the toes up and off the ground if you'd like. Ears are in line with the biceps. A little sassy through the hips. And then slowly settling into that downward dog, drawing your chest through towards your legs. Knees can be bent here, heels can be elevated. One more big deep breath here. Look forward. We're going to take the right leg up into the air. Step that foot through in between our hands. We're going to lower the back knee. Inhale the outside hand up. Exhale it back down. Two more. Inhale up. Start to lift and draw the ribs up towards the ceiling. Exhale down, framing the foot. Last one. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. In this position, start to walk your hands back, and you're going to straighten your front leg here a little. Toes are onto the ground. Inhale forward and allow those hips to sink a little. Two more. Exhale, press back. Inhale, walk forward. Exhale, press back. Inhale, walk forward. Elevate the back knee. Step that foot back into your three-legged dog. And then draw the heel towards the hip. I want you to draw 3 big circles with that right knee. And then 3 big circles on the other side or other direction. We're keeping the heel nice and close to the glute here. And then stopping at the top, drive the foot up towards the ceiling. I want you to allow the foot to drop to the opposite left hip. Look underneath. Hold there for a moment. Make sure the weight's even through your shoulders and your leg. And then we're going to exhale, wave our body back to a tall plank, knee towards the elbow. Drive it nice and high. Exhale, press back. Step the foot down. Notice the difference between your right and left leg if there is any, and it's okay if there's not. Breathe. Just pedal out your feet here. No, we're not done. We're going to do the other side first. Okay, ready? Feet step together. Left leg up towards the air. Look forward. Step that foot up and through between your hands. And then lower the back knee. Relax the back toes if you'd like. Inhale that left hand up to the ceiling, stacking the shoulders. Exhale it to frame the foot. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale to frame the foot. Last one. Inhale up. Hold and pause. Try not to crank your head up. Keep your head facing that far wall. Exhale for it to frame the foot. Okay, ready? Walk the hands back, straighten the front leg well, keeping the toes onto the mat. And walk forward. Allow the hips to kind of go down towards the mat a little. Draw your chest through your shoulders. Exhale, walk back. Inhale, walk forward. Last one here. Exhale, walk back. It's okay if the spine is rounded here. Exhale, walk forward, hold and pause. And then we'll shift our weight back so our knee is over our ankle. Push our hands into the ground, elevate the back leg, and then we're going to step that foot back into our 3-legged dog now on the other side. Heel can stay elevated on the right or down towards the ground, drawing your chest through, shoulder blades up towards the hips, fingers gripping into the mat. Ready? 3 big circles. Keep the heel nice and close to the glute. And then we're going to go other side. 3 directions in the other direction, or 3 times in the other direction. And then pause at the top, drive the foot up towards the ceiling. Now let that foot hang out towards the right hip. We're driving the knee up. Weight stays even through your arms and your leg. Breathe. And then ready? Center the hips towards the mat. Look forward, knee towards that elbow. Breathe and hold here as you pause. Exhale, step the foot back. Lower through your chaturanga, so drive the elbows back towards the ribs. Lead with the chest, squeeze the glutes. And then press up into Sphinx, which could be on your forearms, toes relaxed, feet splayed, or hands to the low rib cage, press yourself all the way up to Cobra. Breathe. Exhale halfway down, press yourself through your tabletop back into your child's pose. Big toes together, knees nice and wide, reaching forward. And just try to soften everything. And notice how your hips feel now in this child's pose. You can even rock them a little right to left. Breathing into the back of your body. Be a great time to grab a sip of water if you need it. Last big breath in here. Pull yourself back into into your tabletop. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's tuck the toes, draw your belly button to your spine, and hover the knees off the ground. Big deep breath in. Exhale. One more big deep breath in. Exhale, hips up to the sky. Okay, ready? Start to find that neutral downward dog. Walk your feet together, send the left leg up into a three-legged dog. Bring the heel to the glute or bending the knee, and then drop the heel to the right side. And then hopefully I don't hit our banners here. You're gonna slowly allow your weight to shift to the right side, bringing the foot onto the ground. Let the hips dip, and then drive them up, look up and back. Breathe. Pressing through the sternum, through the hips, opening up the front of the body. It's a lot on the shoulder. Big deep breath in. Exhale, I want you to dip your hips and then drive yourself back over to your three-legged dog. Step the foot down. Take a moment here. Ready? Other side. Right foot up to the ceiling. Bring the heel towards the glute or the butt cheek. Start to drop that foot to the left. Bring the knee up. Start to put your weight into that left foot and left hand. And with control, slowly bring that foot to the ground. Allow the hips to dip. Point the right toe or left toes. Reach up and back. Breathe. Don't let this knee fall in and cave in. Press it away. Big deep breath in. Exhale, wheel it back around to your three-legged dog as gracefully as you can. Two more. Big deep breath in. Exhale. One more. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Look forward, right leg up. Step the foot up and through between the hands. Pausing here in this lunge. Breathe. Start to pivot on the back foot, baby edge or long edge of your foot. Okay, ready? Now right foot on the edge of your toes here. Breathe. So left toes are facing the right side of the mat. Bottom of the right foot is facing the left long side of the mat. We're breathing, we're pressing our hips up, and no, this isn't easy. We're doing internal rotation of the back hip and external rotation of the front hip. And we're getting into a lot of the fascia through the feet and the IT bands and the outside of the leg. You're gonna feel a whole bunch of fiery stuff happening here. Body temperature rises, just breathe. Okay, slowly bring that right foot down and then pivot the left foot. Take a moment. Relax the back toes, relax the back knee. Draw that chest down. Inhale the outside hand up towards the ceiling into that thoracic spine rotation again. We're lifting up. And we're going to lift that back heel towards the glute. So we're engaging our hamstring. Reach that top hand back. See if you can grab your foot. If you can't, it's okay. Roll the shoulder back and down. Breathe. Two more. Big deep breath in. And exhale. One more big deep breath in. Exhale. Foot goes to the ground. Lift the arm up. Step that foot down. I want you to tuck the back toes, elevate the back knee, and step the back foot up to meet the front. So we're now in ragdoll. Just give yourself a little rock right to left. Tell yourself you're good. Just do a little check-in here. Shake your head, center your body, and shake your head no. And then shake your head yes. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to standing nice and tall. Just roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders down and back. Inhale the arms above your head. And exhale, fold. Raise into your halfway lift, inhaling at the top. Exhale, back into ragdoll. Let's shift our weight into our left leg. We're gonna glide our right leg back to that low lunge. Relax the back toes. Staying here for a moment. Inhale that hand up to the ceiling. Stack the shoulders, press through the ribs, lift up. Don't lift back, lift up. Find tension. Exhale, hand to the ground. Inhale, up again. See, we're reversing this. Bring that back foot up, engage the hamstring, reach around. Breathe, stack the shoulders, relax the head. Keeping the front knee over the front ankle. If you can't reach your foot, that's okay. We're still holding. We're trying to get there. There's tension through the whole body. Good. Release. Hand back to the ground. Tuck the back toes. Elevate the back foot. Okay, ready? We're going to pivot our back heel towards the ground, so we're on the baby edge of our toe. And then both hands can come inside the front foot, and we're going to go on the baby edge, long edge of that front foot. We're pressing our hips up. We're gliding our shoulder blades down our back. We're breathing. About 5 more seconds. Breathe into that belly. Okay, slowly take your hand outside your foot, pivot the front foot back down, and then pivot the back foot back to its starting position, and you might need to readjust here. We're gonna plant our hands, step that foot back into our downward dog, and just start to pedal out our feet. And then wave your body back to your tall plank. We're gonna lower through our chaturanga. Drive those elbows back, nice and close to the ribs. Breathe. Inhale to Sphinx or Cobra. And if you're advanced, you want to choose up dog by tightening the thighs and the glutes and lifting the thighs off the ground. That's okay, but none of it's necessary. Just options. Try not to sink and let your head sag. I'm going to push the ground away. Have those arms and have tension. Breathe. Lower back down onto your stomach. Hands come underneath the shoulder. Toes together, heels together. Drive your belly button up to your spine. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze the elbows back and press up through your chaturanga back to your plank. Exhale, downward dog. Readjust the feet and just pedal them out one more time. Or you can find stillness, whatever your body's kind of talking to you and feeling, do it. One more, big deep breath in. Exhale, walk your feet together. Raise the left leg up to the air. I want you to wave back to your three-legged plank. I want you to bend the elbows about halfway down. So the elbows are going parallel with the ground, or the triceps are going parallel. Sorry, triceps. Exhale, press up. Switch legs. Right leg up. Breathe. Lower triceps or biceps to parallel the ground. Press back up. Exhale, downward dog. Ready? Left leg up. We're going to get a little more advanced. You can stick with what we were doing and just wave forward, or you're going to wave forward to your three-legged plank, drive your elbow or your knee towards your elbow, lower yourself halfway down, tuck the right elbow underneath the ribs and the hip, and shift your weight forward. Exhale, press back, three-legged dog. Pedal out your feet if you need to, or find stillness. We're prepping here. We're going to take this a little more advanced possibly if you choose. If not, we're just doing those plank waves. Challenging our core, our shoulders. Okay, right leg up. Wave your body to that tall plank. Drive the knee outside the elbow on top.
and then lower yourself down. So we're almost creating this ledge for our inner thigh and our knee, and we're tucking our left elbow into our hip and our rib cage, not our abdomen. Shift your weight just slightly forward, breathe. Exhale, press back. Okay, from here, 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale through your nose. Exhale, look forward, step your 3 feet through to your hands. Just give yourself a little rock right to left. We're gonna add to that one in a moment, but let's just create a little stillness. So in this position, bend your knees a lot. Bring your hands behind your back, roll your shoulders back and down, allow the head to hang. Now start to lift the arms up towards the ceiling and straighten both legs as much as you can. Breathe. It's again okay if you don't look like me. If you need to stay hands down on the hips, that's fine. So whatever's best for you here. Breathe. Rolling those shoulder blades up towards the hips, up towards the ceiling, away from the ears. Release the hands to the hips. Bend the knees, hands to the ground, and just give yourself a little rock from right to left one more time. Coming back to center, inhale to your halfway lift. Pausing, hands onto the knees or the shins or the thighs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, nice and slow, roll up to standing, giving your arms a moment, roll the shoulders back and down. Lead with your sternum up towards the ceiling. Inhale those arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walk the feet out. Back to the downward dog. One more breath in. Exhale. Okay, ready? Feet together, heels together. Left leg up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Toes facing the ground. Wave your body back to that tall plank. First, reset, draw the belly button to the spine. Okay, now draw that elbow outside. Get it right on top of the tricep if you can. Then bend your elbows, tucking the right elbow into the hips. And then if you really want to try this, we can stay here, or we can start to take flight and lift that back foot off the ground. Squeeze, squeeze everything. Head stays off. If you fall over, it's okay, breathe. Foot down, press back up, shake that leg out. Ready, wave the body back to your tall plank, lower through your chaturanga, press up through your cobra. Breathe. Exhale through your tabletop into child's pose. Maybe give the wrists a little roll out, right to left, soften the arms. And just rock your hips from right to left. Those arm balances are not easy, and that's okay. It's a lot of hip flexion, bringing the knee nice and high, a lot of tension and control through your core, squeezing your glutes, a lot of shoulder strength, right? So if you don't get it and your body's not there yet, that's okay. It's really whatever's best for you. If you need a real big moment, just allow your forehead to roll across the ground. So we're looking from right to left, allowing the nervous system and that forehead touching the floor and that roll just to be like, no, man, the nervous system, we're good. But we are going to try the other side. And if you're not ready or you don't want to, that 3-legged plank and holding that is A-okay. Okay, looking forward, wave your body back to your tabletop. Just take a moment, tuck the toes, drawing that into that neutral spine, so head, shoulders, and hips lining up. Start to draw that belly button a little closer to the spine. The core gets a little tighter. Exhale, downward dog. Ready? Walk the feet together, heels together. Fingertips are gripping onto the ground along with the knuckles. Right leg up into the air. Wave your body into the tall plank. You can just stay here and hold this and focus. Or we can start to drive the knee on top of the tricep and the knee's almost outside of the arm. Lower your arms about halfway down to parallel the ground. Now we're tucking that left elbow into the hip bone, into the rib cage. Then we're looking at the ground. We're going to squeeze, lifting that back foot, taking flight. Again, not necessary, just all options. Breathe. Exhale the foot down. Exhale, downward dog. Ready, look forward. We're just going to step the feet through the hands nice and slow, and then sit down. Just taking a moment. Walk your hips a little closer to your heels or vice versa, and then lie down onto your mat. Whew. Just allow the feet to go nice and wide, and then just windshield wiper the knees from right to left. So that flying plank planche combination is not easy. You might have a ton of tension right now through your neck, so we're just gonna bring the body down nice and slow from that, because that was our peak pose today. Arms can be above your head like you're holding a big Bristol board or a sign. It could be over your body, whatever kind of you need in this moment. Moving nice and slow. Breathing into the belly. And then just allow the knees to stay to the right side the next time you're there. Try to soften and let gravity take over. Excuse me. Inhale the knees up. Exhale them slowly, both off to the left. And you can play with the width of your feet here. Is going to change how this feels. Just noticing how your low back feels. Is the body slowly starting to come down from holding that peak posture? Inhaling the knees back up. Just bear hug the knees into the chest and give yourself a little rock from right to left. If your neck did bother you, you can settle that rock from right to left, and you can just curl the head towards the knees, creating a tight ball with your body. And then exhale, releasing the knees a little further away and the head back down. And you can do that a few times. Or you can stick with the rocking, whatever feels good for you here. My feet just naturally cross. You don't have to cross your feet there. Breathing into the belly, allowing that little self-massage to happen. And then what we'll do is we'll separate the knees and we'll drive our knees towards our armpits and pull our toes towards our shins. And reaching outside the leg, we're going to reach for the outside edge of the foot, drive our feet up to the ceiling, and then start to pull the knees towards the outside of the ribs or the armpits. And we're pulling down, but we're pushing our feet up into happy baby. Without judgment on yourself, nobody around, just look at the ceiling or close your eyes and breathe. While holding that activation of that pulling down but pushing up. So we're pulling down with our arms and we're retracting our shoulders into their sockets and we're pushing up through the legs, and you have this active tension through the hips. Good. Slowly release the feet back onto the mat. We'll walk our heels towards our hips. Arms come down to the side if they were above your head or in a side position. We'll inhale our hips up to a bridge. Clasp our hands underneath and just start to walk the shoulders and roll them underneath. And you might even need to walk the heels closer in and lift nice and high. Just opening through the front of the body because we did a ton of hip flexion today, and if you're sitting most of the day, that might not have felt the best. So we're now getting into the opposite or opposing pose, opening up the front of the hips. Breathe. Opening up the front of the chest. Knees are like magnets, they're pulling towards each other without moving though. Slowly release the hands, lowering the hips back down. And we'll walk the feet out. I just want you to find a big stretch here. A little movement before you decide to finish in Shavasana, or you can finish in a seated posture. So Shavasana is corpse pose, legs are long, arms are to the side. And we're feeling our body fully connected to the mat. Two other options, you can roll over onto your favorite side into a fetal position. So you can stack the knees, stack the hips, support the head with one arm, and the other arm can go wherever it feels most comfortable. Or we can choose to take our block one more time and find that easy sitting pose we had in the beginning. So, decide where you would like to be. Finding length through your spine, softening your arms and your palms. Either finding somewhere to physically put your focus on, your drishti, your gaze, or you could close your eyes. And if you're closing your eyes in any of these resting postures, eyes are closed and we're trying to focus our gaze onto our third eye. So that's the middle of the forehead, in between the eyebrows. We're softening the eyes and allowing them to become heavy. We're softening tension through our cheeks. And then allowing the body with every exhale to become a little heavier. Breathing deeply in through your nose and either out through your nose or your mouth. Just allowing your body and its vibration to settle into what's comfortable and easy for you. And as the mind wanders, I want you to bring your focus back to your inhale and your exhale. And the mind will and can wander. And then if it stays on that thought for too long, bringing it back to your breath and reminding yourself of that inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose or your mouth. Allowing the fingertips to curl in slightly. Feeling every portion of your body that's touching the ground.
And really starting to take inventory of how you feel now compared to how you felt when you began practice. And then take the time to thank yourself and show yourself gratitude, to give yourself time to practice, time to work out, time for you, so you can be better for those around you. Put a big smile on your face. Big deep breath in. Exhale everything. And then slowly just create movement through the fingers and the toes by wiggling them or curling them in and out. And then you can make those movements bigger, kind of like you would waking up in the morning, or if you're sitting in your chair long, depending on your posture that you chose to finish class with or your practice with. And then when you're ready, open your eyes if they're not already. And I want to say thank you for joining me in this practice. And I hope you all have a great day or great night.